Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into a stack of sources all about leading with purpose. We've boiled it down to the actionable stuff, the insights you can actually use. Think of this as your shortcut to figuring out what makes those high-performing, values-driven teams really tick.
Absolutely. And what's striking is that purposeful leadership, according to these sources, isn't some vague ideal. It's quite specific. The core definition seems to be about guiding people to greatness.
Yeah.
But not by telling them exactly what to do.
Right.
It's more about unlocking their potential, creating a space where, every contribution genuinely matters and gets used.
And the surprising part maybe is how you achieve that. The sources kept coming back to this core mechanism.
Yeah.
Leaders have to instill this shared sense of responsibility. You can't just demand excellence.
No, it doesn't work.
You have to model it yourself. It's about this relentless pursuit of excellence driven by your own self-leadership. You've got to be the toughest critic of your own growth first.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's unpack the foundation first, because before you even get to metrics or anything, the sources hammer home the need for a supportive and ethical base. It's this balance, right? High productivity, sure, but also genuine well-being. And that seems anchored in things like mindful time management and just solid professionalism.
Okay, hold on, though. Balancing productivity and well-being, that can sometimes sound a bit like, corporate speak for just working crazy hours, but maybe getting a free yoga class.
Yeah.
What did the sources actually say leaders need to do operationally?
That's a fair point. And they were specific. The sources tied this balance directly to efficiency, actually. Mindful time management wasn't just a phrase, it meant hard boundaries. Things like the leader actively killing useless meetings or protecting focused work time for the team.
Okay, concrete actions.
Yeah. And professionalism wasn't about, what you wear. It was about reliability, consistently showing up with high ethical standards, being dependable.
Right, that makes sense. And that reliability, that safety, seems to connect to the big mindset shift the sources talk about.
Yeah.
It's how purposeful leaders empower teams by totally reframing mistakes, moving away from blame.
The error management piece.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Effective error management means mistakes aren't failures. They're treated as vital learning opportunities. It's fascinating. They literally become springboards for innovation, not roadblocks.
Because people feel safe enough to try things.
Precisely. Psychological safety is key.
So if that's the mindset, the sources also laid out these 10 pillars, kind of like the operating system for putting that mindset into consistent action. We can't cover all 10 now, but let's zoom in on 3 that really stood out in defining success for the teams studied.
Okay. Well, the first one is empowerment of talents. And this isn't just delegating tasks. The sources talk about shifting to genius assignments.
Yeah.
Basically designing work around someone's unique core strengths. That's how you make people feel genuinely valued, not just like a cog.
I like that genius assignments. It implies uniqueness. And when people feel valued for that uniqueness, they're probably more willing to take risks, which loops back to the second pillar you mentioned.
Yes, effective error management. This is the practical side of reframing mistakes. Leaders have to actively guide the team in handling errors constructively. It means analyzing the process that failed, not blaming the person. So mistakes are purely seen as chances to improve, to grow.
Got it. Process, not person.
And the third one we should highlight is mastering decision-making. The sources pointed out something interesting here. Poor decisions often weren't from bad data, but from risk aversion, sort of disguised as careful planning.
Playing it too safe.
Yeah. So mastering decision-making means encouraging genuinely courageous choices, pushing people and yourself beyond the comfort zone, taking calculated risks.
Okay, so if you connect those dots, the self-leadership, the empowering talent, managing errors well, making bolder decisions, it seems like it all feeds into building a certain kind of culture.
Exactly. A culture of curiosity, of growth. The leader's job is to constantly nurture that learning environment. And importantly, use meaningful recognition, specific praise strategically to reinforce the behaviors you want to see more of.
So wrapping this up then, leading with purpose isn't just a nice idea. It's about consistent action, guided by principles like these pillars to build that culture of excellence. It creates an environment where people can achieve great things, both on their own and, together as a team.
Couldn't have said it better.
Yeah.
It's about that collective and individual greatness fostered intentionally.
What really sticks with me is that commitment to continuous growth. The sources call it Pillar 8, continuous learning. So if leadership is fundamentally about encouraging that in others, here's a thought for you listening. What's one new knowledge area or maybe a professional challenge you can commit to exploring just this week? How can you model that pursuit of excellence for your team? Something to think about as you lead with purpose.